You know what's scary? Waking up at 3 a.m. with a leg cramp so sharp it feels like your muscle is being twisted with pliers. And yet, for millions of adults over 60, this has become normal. But here's the truth. This isn't just aging. It's not bad luck. It's not something you should just live with. These cramps are signals. They're your body's way of whispering something is missing. And that missing piece isn't another pill. It's in your food, or rather, what your food lacks. As a health educator and holistic wellness practitioner, I've spent the last 15 years helping older adults eliminate muscle cramps, improve sleep and regain strength, not through medications but through small nutritional shifts. And it all started with one question from a client: why do my legs cramp every time I lie down? That led me down a rabbit hole of case studies, muscle physiology and micronutrient deficiencies. What I found was both shocking and empowering. In most seniors, nighttime leg cramps were directly tied to electrolyte imbalance, poor absorption and blood sugar drops during sleep. Today, I'm going to share the top 3 most effective foods that stop these cramps naturally, plus one liquid that works as a secret amplifier, helping your body absorb and use those nutrients better than before. You don't need to overhaul your diet. You don't need fancy supplements. You just need 3 simple foods that your body recognizes, absorbs and responds to within days. This isn't theory. These are the exact changes that helped my 68-year-old client Linda, who used to wake up nightly in agony. Now she sleeps through the night, no cramps, no pain. And stick with me to the end, because the last food is something most seniors overlook, and it could be the missing link in your leg health. Ready to stop the 3 a.m. scream? Let's begin. Let's start with the quiet hero, avocados. Not trendy toast toppings, not just millennial food, but one of nature's most complete muscle-calming superfoods, especially for adults over 60. You see, leg cramps don't begin in your legs. They start in your nervous system and mineral levels. And 2 minerals control your muscle function more than any others, potassium and magnesium. As we age, these minerals quietly slip away. You may not notice it at first until one night your calf locks up like a twisted rope. Here's why avocados matter. One medium avocado contains more potassium than a banana, nearly 700 milligrams. It's also rich in magnesium, a mineral that calms overactive nerves and relaxes tight muscles. But avocados don't just contain these minerals, they deliver them in the right ratios, along with something even more powerful, healthy fats. Why do the fats matter? Because those monounsaturated fats stabilize your blood sugar and help you absorb fat-soluble minerals better. That's critical, because many leg cramps are triggered not just by low minerals, but by blood sugar drops during the night. Unlike bananas, which spike your glucose and crash later, which can trigger a 2 a.m. cramp, avocados digest slowly and steadily, keeping your nervous system calm and fed for hours. There's more. Avocados also contain vitamin K1, which supports circulation and reduces the risk of stiffness. B vitamins, which are essential for nerve repair and muscle relaxation, lutein and zeaxanthin, antioxidants that protect your cells from inflammation. Think of an avocado like a calm pack for your legs. It restores minerals, it steadies your system, and it does so without the crash of sugar, without added salt, without synthetic pills. For best results, eat half an avocado daily, add it to a small dinner salad with olive oil and lemon, or mash it on whole grain toast for a blood sugar stable breakfast. Bonus tip: add a splash of apple cider vinegar to your avocado salad. The acetic acid in vinegar can enhance mineral absorption, especially magnesium. We'll talk more about vinegar in a moment, but just know this: it's a quiet amplifier. And if you've been feeling tight in your calves, lower back or hamstrings, this is the food that can change that within days. I've seen clients go from 6 cramps a week to 0 just by making avocado part of their evening routine. It's not a miracle, it's nutrient logic, and your body knows exactly what to do with it. If avocados are your calm, then sweet potatoes are your foundation. Because while most people treat cramps like sudden surprises, the truth is they've been building for days, inside your cells, quietly, as your electrolyte reserves run low. And sweet potatoes? They are electrolyte-rich, anti-inflammatory powerhouses, especially critical for seniors. Here's why. Sweet potatoes are rich in potassium, magnesium and calcium, the three core minerals your muscles need to fire, contract and relax in harmony. When even one of these minerals drops, the result can be cramping, twitching, aching or sudden fatigue. But when all three are replenished together, as they are in sweet potatoes, you don't just stop the cramps, you strengthen your base. Let's break it down. Potassium supports muscle contractions and balances sodium. One medium sweet potato offers more than 500 milligrams. Magnesium relaxes tight muscle fibers and calms nerve signals. Calcium helps your brain communicate with your muscles. Now add to this trio complex carbohydrates that fuel your energy stores and beta-carotene, a potent antioxidant for cell repair and immune defense. Unlike white potatoes, which can spike your blood sugar, sweet potatoes digest slowly, giving you steady energy and keeping your insulin from swinging wildly, which can contribute to overnight leg cramps in seniors. But here's something most people miss. Sweet potatoes are also one of the best foods for reducing chronic inflammation, the kind that stiffens joints, tightens fascia, and weakens recovery after movement. They contain natural plant compounds like anthocyanins and choline, which have been shown to reduce inflammatory markers in aging bodies. The result? Less morning stiffness, easier walks, smoother nights. How to eat them? Keep it simple and clean. Roasted with olive oil and sea salt, mashed with turmeric and a dash of black pepper, which helps activate turmeric's anti-inflammatory power. Cubed and tossed with leafy greens and a splash of apple cider vinegar. More on that soon. How often? Aim for 3-4 servings per week. That's all it takes to maintain stable potassium levels and stop those mystery cramps that strike out of nowhere. And here's a final benefit you might not expect. Sweet potatoes also feed your gut bacteria thanks to their soluble fiber. That means better digestion, better sleep, and less inflammation across the board. Remember, cramps are not just about muscles, they're about systems, and sweet potatoes support the entire system that controls movement, rest, and repair. So if your legs are yelling at you with pain, sweet potatoes are nature's way of saying, I hear you, let's rebuild. Let's now talk about a simple liquid that's been sitting in your pantry all along. It's not trendy, expensive, or complicated, but it might be one of the most powerful tools for preventing nighttime leg cramps. That's apple cider vinegar. You've probably heard of it. Maybe you've used it in salad dressings, or even as a home remedy for digestion. But what many seniors don't know is that apple cider vinegar may hold the key to calming your muscles and preventing cramps that wake you up at 2 a.m. clutching your calves. Let's break down why it works. First, apple cider vinegar contains small but powerful amounts of potassium. As we've mentioned before, potassium is essential for proper muscle contraction and relaxation. Even a slight deficiency can lead to spasms, twitches, and full-blown cramps. While bananas are often praised for potassium, apple cider vinegar gives you a low-sugar, fast-absorbing alternative, especially when mixed with water before bed. But there's more. Apple cider vinegar also helps balance your body's internal pH. Most people don't realize that muscle cramps often happen in a body that's slightly too acidic. When your internal chemistry is off, your muscles can become hypersensitive and prone to misfiring. Apple cider vinegar is acidic by nature, but when it's metabolized, it has an alkalizing effect. That means it helps bring your internal environment back into balance. One of my patients, Helen, age 74, was suffering from nightly cramps for months. She had tried magnesium and potassium, but nothing seemed to work consistently. After we added a simple remedy, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in warm water before bed, her cramps significantly decreased within 2 weeks. Her muscles began to relax more naturally, and her sleep quality improved. Apple cider vinegar also aids digestion. Many cramps are worsened by poor nutrient absorption. If your gut isn't working efficiently, the magnesium, potassium, and calcium you consume may not reach your bloodstream. Apple cider vinegar increases stomach acid levels slightly, which helps break down food and extract minerals more efficiently. And then there's blood sugar. Seniors often experience nighttime cramps due to blood sugar dips. Your body burns through its glucose reserves too fast, and your nervous system gets jumpy. Apple cider vinegar helps moderate blood sugar swings. Studies show that consuming it before a meal or before bed can flatten blood sugar curves, reducing the risk of nighttime crashes that trigger cramps. So how should you use it? Simple. Add 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar to a glass of warm water. Drink it 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. If you want to boost its effects even more, add a teaspoon of raw honey or a sprinkle of cinnamon. This helps with taste and adds anti-inflammatory benefits. A word of caution: don't drink it straight. It's acidic and can irritate your throat or damage tooth enamel. Always dilute it. Also, if you have kidney issues or are on potassium-sparing medications, consult your doctor before starting any vinegar routine. Apple cider vinegar is not a magic cure, but it's one of those small, consistent habits that adds up over time. For many seniors, it becomes a nighttime ritual that supports muscle relaxation, smoother digestion, and deeper sleep. In the next section, we'll combine everything you've learned into a practical daily routine you can start using tonight. You've now learned about 3 powerful remedies: avocados, sweet potatoes, and apple cider vinegar, each working in their own way to calm, nourish, and restore your muscles and nerves. But here's the truth most people overlook: these foods only work if they become part of your rhythm. Healing doesn't happen with a single meal or a weekend change. It happens through consistency. Think of your body as a system, and like any system, it thrives on predictability. When you give your body the right nutrients at the same time each day, it begins to expect them, to use them more efficiently, and to repair itself more deeply. This is especially true for seniors whose digestion, absorption, and muscle recovery all slow down with age. So how do you turn these foods into a life-changing daily routine? Let's walk through a simple plan. Morning: start your day with a glass of warm water and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. This wakes up your digestion, supports your kidneys, and helps regulate blood sugar from the very first hour. If the taste is too sharp, dilute it with more water and a few drops of lemon. Within days, many seniors report less bloating, more regularity, and even lighter legs. For breakfast, include half an avocado on sprouted toast or sliced into an omelette. Add a sprinkle of pumpkin seeds for extra magnesium and crunch. The healthy fats and minerals from avocado set the tone for calmer muscles throughout the day. Mid-morning, drink a full glass of water. Hydration is a critical piece of the puzzle. Many cramps come not from lack of minerals, but from those minerals not being able to move properly in the body. Water is the transport system. Lunch: this is where you bring in the sweet potato. Roasted, baked, or mashed with olive oil and turmeric, it becomes both a muscle recovery tool and a blood sugar stabilizer. Combine it with dark leafy greens or grilled protein for a balanced anti-inflammatory meal. If you tend to feel heavy or sluggish after lunch, this kind of meal will change that. Afternoon: as your energy dips, skip the sugary snack and go for a handful of raw pumpkin seeds with a slice of fruit, like an apple or half a banana. The seeds deliver minerals while the fruit supports glucose stability. Dinner: if you're prone to nighttime cramps, this is your most important meal. You need to give your body slow-digesting, magnesium-rich nutrients. Try a small portion of roasted vegetables with quinoa or brown rice, another serving of avocado or seeds, and perhaps a few slices of sweet potato. Avoid caffeine or alcohol late in the evening. Both disrupt mineral balance and sleep quality. Before bed, 1 more glass of water, warm if possible. If your cramps tend to come at night, a small serving of apple cider vinegar in warm water before bed can be your secret weapon. It supports liver function overnight, aids in mineral absorption, and may prevent the drop in blood sugar that triggers cramping for many older adults. And here's the golden rule: don't skip days. Even if the changes seem small, they add up over time. Your body craves rhythm more than perfection. And every day you follow this simple plan, you're giving your body exactly what it needs to stop screaming for help through pain. In the next section, we'll talk about what causes these deficiencies to develop in the first place and how to avoid falling back into the trap. Because preventing cramps is easier than constantly fixing them. Most seniors don't wake up one morning with leg cramps and fatigue out of nowhere. These symptoms build slowly, almost invisibly, over months and years. But what causes the decline in the first place? It usually begins with one of 3 silent patterns: poor absorption, poor intake, or chronic depletion. Let's start with absorption. As we age, the stomach produces less stomach acid. which is essential for breaking down and absorbing minerals like magnesium, calcium and zinc. Without that acid, even if you eat the right foods, your body may not fully absorb the nutrients inside. This is especially true if you're taking medications like proton pump inhibitors or antacids, which further suppress stomach acid. So, the problem isn't always what you're eating, it's what your body is able to pull from it. Next comes poor intake. Seniors often eat less, sometimes due to a reduced appetite, changes in taste or dental issues. But when your food quantity decreases, so does the variety. And with less variety comes less exposure to the key minerals your muscles and nerves need. You may be eating enough calories, but not enough minerals, or worse, your meals might be overly processed, full of salt and sugar, but lacking the deep nutrition that comes from whole foods. Then there's chronic depletion, the hidden enemy. Stress, caffeine, alcohol, and certain medications like diuretics and blood pressure drugs drain magnesium and potassium from the body faster than they can be replaced. This isn't a rare side effect. It's common. Diuretics, for example, increase urination, which flushes out not only fluid, but also electrolytes. If you don't consciously replace them, your muscles will begin to cramp, your nerves will misfire, and your sleep will suffer. So how do you stop this downward spiral? Step 1 is daily consistency. You can't eat one avocado and expect miracles. You need to make magnesium and potassium-rich foods a daily habit. That's why we emphasized avocados, sweet potatoes and pumpkin seeds earlier. They're easy to prepare, easy to digest, and easy to repeat. The real magic is in the routine. Step 2 is gut support. That's where raw apple cider vinegar comes in. A gentle, natural way to boost stomach acid before meals and enhance your mineral absorption. A teaspoon diluted in water before your biggest meal of the day can help prep your digestion, allowing your body to extract more from the food you're already eating. Just make sure it's raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the kind that contains the mother, a cloud of beneficial enzymes and bacteria that support gut health. Step 3 is hydration with intention. Don't just drink water, add a pinch of sea salt or a splash of lemon juice. Better yet, stir in a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar and drink it first thing in the morning. This gives you a blend of trace minerals and acidity that wakes up your digestion and supports muscle function. You're not just quenching thirst, you're replenishing your system at the cellular level. If you take medications that drain minerals, ask your doctor whether you need more frequent mineral testing. If you drink coffee or alcohol daily, know that your mineral needs are higher than average. And if you're under stress, which most people are, your magnesium requirements increase even more. The bottom line, deficiencies aren't just about getting older. They're about missing rhythms. When you restore those rhythms of eating, absorbing, hydrating and resting, your body responds. Not because it's young again, but because it's finally getting what it needs. By now, you understand the role of minerals like magnesium and potassium in preventing leg cramps. You know which foods help and what habits quietly steal your strength. But none of it matters if you can't turn this knowledge into something you actually do every single day. Because consistency isn't just helpful, it's essential. That's why this part of the video focuses on building a daily rhythm, a small set of rituals that gently strengthen your legs, nourish your nerves, and keep cramps away long before they have a chance to begin. Morning, hydrate before coffee. Most seniors wake up mildly dehydrated and reach for coffee first. But caffeine acts as a diuretic, meaning it increases fluid loss. So before you sip your first cup, drink 8 to 12 ounces of warm water with a teaspoon of raw apple cider vinegar and a pinch of sea salt or lemon juice. This wakes up digestion, replenishes trace minerals, and sets your body on a balanced path from the start. If vinegar isn't your thing, you can also add a magnesium citrate powder to water with your doctor's approval. Think of this first glass as a signal to your muscles. We're protecting you today. Midday, nourishment over stimulation. Lunch is your opportunity to include one leg-loving food. Choose from a baked sweet potato, a hearty spinach salad with avocado slices, or a quinoa bowl topped with pumpkin seeds and roasted vegetables. Focus on whole, mineral-rich foods, and if you snack, avoid processed bars or sugary treats. Instead, reach for a handful of unsalted pumpkin seeds or a slice of avocado on whole grain toast. These snacks satisfy your hunger while directly feeding your nervous system. Evening. The calm down combo dinner should be your most calming meal. Avoid spicy or heavy processed foods. This is when cramps tend to begin, when your body is preparing for rest. Build your plate with root vegetables, lean proteins and magnesium-rich greens like kale, chard or even a spinach sauté. Add a drizzle of olive oil or a tablespoon of tahini for healthy fats that help absorb fat-soluble vitamins. After dinner, instead of dessert, try a cup of magnesium-rich herbal tea like rooibos, chamomile or nettle leaf. Add a dash of cinnamon or turmeric for inflammation support. Before bed, a ritual that works. Cramps often hit in the middle of the night because blood sugar and mineral levels drop. You can prevent that by having a small, steadying snack before bed. Try this: a spoonful of almond butter with a few pumpkin seeds, or a small warm glass of golden milk made with turmeric and oat milk. It's comforting, anti-inflammatory, and supports deeper sleep. Then stretch gently. A 5-minute nighttime stretch routine focused on calves, hamstrings and feet can prevent the muscle tightening that triggers cramps. You don't need yoga. Just stand by the wall or sit on your bed and gently extend your legs. Breathe slowly. Let your body know it's safe to rest. The rule of 3. If this feels like too much, start with just 3 rituals. 1. Morning mineral water. 2. 1 magnesium-rich food per day. 3. Nighttime stretch and snack, that's all. Just 3 small habits done every day. Leg cramps allowed, but the cure is quiet. Small choices made with intention that build strength from the inside out. Not just for your legs, but for your freedom, your mobility, your confidence. Sometimes, when your body is shouting at you, with cramps, stiffness, or that heavy leg feeling, what you really need is a reset. Not a diet, not a detox. Just 3 days of deep nourishment that tells your muscles, I hear you, I'm giving you what you need. This part of the video walks you through a 3-day leg reset. It's not restrictive, it's not complicated, and you don't need to cook gourmet meals. You just need simple, mineral-rich food, hydration, and a bit of structure. Let's break it down. Day 1, hydrate and restore goal, replenish lost minerals, and calm your nervous system. Morning, warm water with 1 tsp apple cider vinegar plus pinch of sea salt plus squeeze of lemon. Breakfast, 1/2 avocado with whole grain toast plus handful of pumpkin seeds. Herbal tea, nettle or chamomile mid-morning lunch. Baked sweet potato plus steamed greens, like kale or spinach, plus olive oil drizzle. Add 1 TBSP pumpkin seeds or a boiled egg for protein snack. Banana with almond butter or small handful of dried apricots, potassium boost. Dinner, lentil soup with garlic, turmeric, and chopped chard, side of quinoa or brown rice. Herbal tea with cinnamon after dinner. Stretch before bed, 5 minutes focusing on calves and hamstrings. Bedtime snack, spoon of almond butter or plain Greek yogurt with pumpkin seeds. Day 2, build and balance goal, support muscle repair and reduce inflammation. Morning, repeat mineral water, breakfast smoothie, almond milk, 1/2 banana, spinach, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds, herbal tea. Lunch, roasted sweet potato and avocado bowl with quinoa, tahini drizzle, parsley, water with lemon and pinch of salt snack. Handful of raw pumpkin seeds or hummus with cucumber dinner. Grilled salmon or tofu plus steamed broccoli plus mashed cauliflower with olive oil. Herbal tea with ginger and turmeric stretch routine. Include feet and lower back bedtime snack. A few walnuts plus small piece of dark chocolate for magnesium. Day 3, strengthen and stabilize goal. Lock in the nutrients, promote blood flow and prepare for consistency. Morning, warm water with vinegar plus gentle stretch. Breakfast, oatmeal with chia, cinnamon, chopped dates and pumpkin seeds. Lunch, big salad, spinach, avocado, boiled egg, olive oil, sweet potato chunks. Sprinkle with sunflower or pumpkin seeds. Snack, smoothie or apple slices with peanut butter. Dinner, stir fry with bok choy, bell peppers, tofu or shrimp, sesame oil, side of jasmine rice or millet, stretch plus magnesium, foot soak, optional. Epsom salt bath or warm water soak. Bedtime snack, Greek yogurt or avocado mash with a sprinkle of flaxseed. By the end of these 3 days, most seniors notice fewer cramps, better sleep, more stable energy, lighter legs, and confidence that their body is finally being heard. And from here, it's easy to stay on track. Just keep 2 or 3 habits going each day. Keep mineral water in your morning. Keep stretching in your evening. And keep real food, simple, healing, whole food, at the center of every meal. This isn't a challenge. It's a gift. One you give your muscles, your legs, and yourself. If this 3-day reset helped you or inspired you to make a change, share your experience in the comments. Your story might encourage someone else who is still struggling with nighttime cramps, leg fatigue, or daily discomfort. We read every message, and it helps guide what we create next. And if you want more step-by-step healing plans for joint pain, fatigue, or heart health, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. New practical advice is released every week to help you stay mobile, independent, and strong. You deserve to feel good in your body again. Let today be the first step toward that strength.